Welcome to Road America. The Inspired Racing League descends on this track for week 4 of preseason thunder as the road to Daytona continues. Not a very big field tonight, but still plenty of talent here to attempt to win here at Road America. Josh Henderson looking for his first win still. And I'm being joined in the booth by somebody. Darcy, we're on chat, buddy. Alright, anyway, as I was saying before, Josh Henderson looking for his first win as well. As told to me recently, his brother, yes, they are brothers, Aaron Stanton, looking for his first win tonight. So both of them are going to be interesting to watch. Elijah Fisher looking to be the first driver to win 2 times in the Inspired Racing League. Stephen Henning looking for his first. Shane Haar, the veteran, sporting new colors this week, looking for his first win after being close so many times. Martinsville second, losing to Mike Hauser, who sadly is not with us tonight, but plans to be with us next week for Darlington. And then running in third last week with 5 to go before getting spun. Using up all real estate. Matthew Gall returns tonight. Had a good run at Martinsville before troubles issued. He looks to rally back and get preseason back on a good start. And there goes Matthew Gall into the wall. Really was not expecting that. Anyway, let's look back here. That was Shane Haar. One thing for these drivers, at least in practice, if you wonder why the ticker looks a little blank. For each little mistake these drivers make, so much as going into the grass for practice and qualifying, can disqualify a lap. Exceeding the track limits, losing control of the car, it can all disqualify a time. See right now Shane Hardo trying to be the first to post down a lap as you ride on board with the Jordan's Toyota Camry. Down into turn 8, and he will approach the carousel, which is turn 9 and 10. Down through the carousel. Down through a little bit of a right-hander him, but this is the full throttle part of the track. All the way down through the trees till he'll hit turn 12, which is a hard braking zone right here. Down to 12, a little bit of a full throttle zone again. See all the debris and dust and dirt on the track. Right on board with him again. That lap, top of the board, 214.3, 7 seconds faster than Aaron Stanton. And he spins it to the grass. That one with Matthew Gall again. The Ford Mustang up the hill. And around he goes. Road course is going to be tricky for some guys. Rodney Roberts hasn't been with us since Kansas. But he is back in the FedEx number 11 Camry. Steven Hitting goes second quickest, 2:15.5. Hitting having a quiet start. Just a quiet start to the preseason. Been up there and challenged a couple times for the win. And there's been other times just been snake bit, like a lot of drivers have this season already. Elijah Fisher, as mentioned earlier, the Kansas winner, locks it up, goes into the gravel. You'll be seeing that a lot tonight as well. Back to Shane Harr. Let's see. Aaron Stanton. Again, between him and his brother, both have been a factor every week. Week in, week out. One leading, one dominating. No matter which one it is. And each time. I mean, it's heartbreaking to watch how close both of them can come to a win. And no cigar. It's right on board with Aaron Stanton with the new nose cam. Which I've converted into the hood cam. He's Stanton now going right through the carousel. Really, we might just run a whole lap with him. So get a better lay of the track here from his standpoint.
Rodney, if you have a copy, could you just make an adjustment here? Team chat in Discord, please.
What was that? Elijah Fisher now off track. Give me 1 second. Can somebody give me a mic check? That's not Elijah Fisher, that's 22. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good heads up done by Stanton. Aaron Stanton this time, does he improve this lap? Survey says he does not. Still Shane Harr leading with 2 minutes to go here in practice as Stanton overshoots the corner now. Back on track. Meanwhile, Ronnie Roberts, top of the board, knocks Shane Harr off the top by 0.4 of a second. Holds on to it. No, he doesn't. Hard into the concrete. And again, there ain't much left of that Toyota. Chris Lyotta in the 60. Good run going last week at Michigan. Looking to capitalize on that in the Crazy Taxi Ford Mustang. On board with Chris. Right all the way down into turn 5. We ain't mentioned turn 5 yet, I don't believe. Turn 5 and turn 6. He's going to enter the right-hander in turn 7. Down through this little straightaway. Enter turn 8, going back through the carousel. 22 is off track at turn 12. Chris a little off track there. Great recovery down through the carousel this time. And now we're going to transition into the fastest part of the track as practice is now concluded, other than the front straightaway. With that being said, Rodney Roberts, Shane Harr, Steve Henning, Aaron Stanton, Charles Henderson, the top 5 in practice. Everybody else was not successful in posting a lap. And this is where it's really, really going to matter. Getting a lap in. Who's the first one out on track here? Huh? Person that we haven't talked about yet. As soon as I can find his car. Cade Kennan was in position last week at Michigan for a good run, much like Martinsville. Unfortunately, things did not go his way. He's already off track here. Trying to get the brake bias right. Gonna be very important tonight for them brakes. Aaron Stanton. Down through turn 8. And around through 9 and 10, the carousel. Down through the fast part of the track, turn 11, all the way down through the trees, down to the hard braking turn 12 here. Beautiful transition through turn 12. Coming up to turn 13. Hard on the brakes there, will be coming to 14. The final turn for going uphill. And Aaron Stanton will be the first one to attempt a qualifying lap. Down through turn 1. The sharp right hand corner, which could potentially play a big role in the carnage tonight. Down through turn, doesn't look like it, but this is turn 3. Looks like turn 2, but there's a little sharp bend between 1 and 3 that they consider turn 2. Now going down this straightaway here, going downhill into turns 4 and 5. Little overshooting the turn, keeps it straight. It's got no X or nothing, so this lap is still good. Through turn 6, going to take the right hander down into turn 7. Going up to turn 8 and then the carousel that consists of 9 and 10. According to the track map that I'm looking at, Matthew Gall not far behind him. They will be the first two to post a lap. Elijah Fisher entering turn 8. Right now we focus on Aaron Stanton, who will, by what I see, will post the first lap in the lap to beat. Shane Horse, Shane Heminger, Matthew Gall. All 1X's, their laps will not count. Chris Lyotta, 1X. It's going to be difficult for qualifying. The race going to be a little bit more relaxed. You just got to focus on the gaining on the driver in front, but qualifying just a little different. Aaron Stanton off turn 14 up the hill. He's going to post the time to beat. Survey says 2:15.075. Elijah Fisher, ain't sure if he's gotten an X yet. This lap might count. Survey says for Elijah Fisher, is it faster? It did not count. Then he's gotten an X somewhere. Shane Harr, one of the favorites tonight, like he is any track. His lap didn't count neither. Right now, Aaron Stanton, the only one who's been able to post a time, as you watched that whole lap with him. But that lap had counted. Four minutes to go here in qualifying. So we watch Shane Harr now. Or Shane Harr through here. Down through turn 8 again. Now watch right here. Steady at the wheel, easy on the throttle so the car does not slide out from under him. Gets back on the gas right now. The way down. How does he handle turn 11? Lets off the gas, back full throttle. Down through this high-speed zone, topping out at 166 mile an hour, hard on the brakes down to turn 12. Down through 13, coming to 14. So far, nobody's been able to post a lap. So Shane Harr, I believe he gets through this, no incident. We're going to see it. Shane Harr, does he post a lap? He does, second quickest. Josh Henderson has also posted one. And Shane Harr looks to call it done. Stephen Henning, 2:16.4. Rodney Roberts, up the hill. Is he going to be able to challenge for the pole? He does. Top of the board. 2:14.5. Rodney Roberts. And that's not going to be easy to beat. Matthew Gall. Going through the high speed end of the racetrack down into turn 12. 5 drivers only able to post a lap. Elijah Fisher entering turn 10, or exiting turn 10. He'll be going down the high speed part of the track. One minute left. This is either going to be the lap or it's not for both drivers. Everybody else off the track, waiting to see if they get bumped down a position or not. Matthew Gall, survey says, third quickest, 2:15.7. Then there was one. Elijah Fisher off turn 14, up the hill. Will this lap be able to knock off Ronnie Roberts on the pole? Down the front straightaway, up the hill, across the line. It is not. 6th quickest. With 15 seconds to go. We're going to take a quick break here. Alright, we are back live from Road America, the Inspired Racing League week preseason race 4 of 5. 2 weeks time, Daytona, the Inspired 100. Live from the Daytona International Speedway. Yeah, I'm here. Had to take care of a... Yeah, I'm here. Had to take care of a little family issue real fast. Alright. Starting to line up for tonight. Supposed to be Ronnie Roberts on pole, but he is not here. Says that he has had a race, mechanical issues more than likely. So that will inherit Aaron Stanton the pole. Matthew Gall second, Shane Howard third, Stephen Henning fourth, Elijah Fisher top 5, Josh Henderson in 6th, Chris Lyotta in 7th, Travis Eccles in 8th, or no, 9th, sorry. And that will round out the field as a few drivers have already DNF'd here to start this 30-lap race. Not a long race. It's going to be long to these drivers, but not a long race. Coming down now to the green. Talked to Aaron Stanton earlier today. Says he is not the best at road courses. Right now it's looking like he knows what he's doing. Getting on pole. Matthew Gall next to him. Shane Harr, Stephen Hitting, Goliath Fisher. Anybody's race to win. As we all look forward now to Daytona in 2 weeks' time, February 24th. Coming down through to turn 12. All right. Said it once, I'll say it again. Strap the TV down and get ready for the Inspired Racing League off of turn 14 coming to the start. Pace cars in. Aaron Stanton, Matthew Gall brings them down 30 laps here at Road America. And we are green. Down into turn number 1. Gall with the lead, Hitting, looking inside of Harr for third. Down into turn 3. So far, everybody gets through it clean. Right on board, Matthew Gall looking at Aaron Stanton. Cade Cannon. Off course, it would appear. Yeah, just a little bit. Meanwhile, everybody single filed out. Down in turn 7 as we got issues in turn 5. Let's look. Chris Lauda locking up the brakes. How is Henderson involved in this? Saying Henderson. Okay, I see what it is. Alright, we're staying green. At the front, Matthew Gall holds Aaron Stanton, Shane Harr, Elijah Fisher, and Josh Henderson. Top 5. As Gall brings them down into turn 11. Down in turn 12, one of the heavy braking zones coming off 160 mile an hour. Speed trap. Fisher looked under Harr, was not able to get there. We have more issues. Take a look at it. 22 stick. Sammy Heminger into the wall hard. One car incident, no caution. We stay green. Matthew Gall leads lap 1. Down and back into turn number 1. Har all over the back of Stanton. Down into turn 3. Coming up down the hill. Stanton trying to find a run. Has not got it yet. 0.3 of a second off. Down into turn 5 now. Gall defensive line. Up into 6. Har taking it a little bit wide. He's going to lose a little bit of time. Aaron Stanton looking for the lead. See Henderson back there went a little wide. Right now, top 3 fight for the lead. Gall, little wiggle off the corner. Into turn 8. Stanton to his inside, and like so many times already this season, new leader, Aaron Stanton. Elijah Fisher back there digging up some grass. Doing everything he can to get around Shane Har. Tickers looks like it's off a little bit. Okay, so ticker's a little off right now. It'll be updating every lap instead of like it normally does on the ovals. Meanwhile, Shane Har has climbed his way up into second. Elijah Fisher third. Matthew Gall has fallen all the way back to fourth. 6 seconds behind them, Stephen Henning. Then about 10 seconds behind the leader, you got Josh Henderson. 22 seconds behind Chris Lyotta. The 9. Okay, Cannon is in the pits. And then about 102 seconds back of the leaders, or a minute 41. Yeah, Shane Heminger, sporting the DuPont colors tonight. Meanwhile, back up front, Aaron Stanton still holds the lead. Shane Har, Elijah Fisher, both trying to run him down. Matthew Gall has fallen to 6 seconds back behind the leader. Stephen Henning hot on his trails now. Three of the best. All three have been at the front all 4 weeks so far. You know, there's a lot of talent out there tonight that's not here. There are certainly, in my opinion, 3 of the 4 runners for the championship this year. And Elijah Fisher lost a little bit of ground to Shane Har and Aaron Stanton. But Aaron Stanton will lead lap 3. Well, back with Matthew Gall and Stephen Henning. Henning trying to close a little bit of distance on Gall. Not really many other battles going on at the moment other than the top 3. On board with Shane Har. Down into the hard-braking turn 5. As Aaron Stanton goes wide. Stanton wide. The new leader, Shane Har's Elijah Fisher gets around Stanton as well. That being said, Shane Har leads down into the carousel. On board with Elijah Fisher now. A little bit of lag on his side, nothing too bad. Nothing worth bringing up. We have a spinner and have a car off the track in turn 12. 22 gets it back going. We stay green. Shane Har holds a 1.3 second over Elijah Fisher. Down in turn 14 to complete lap 4 coming up. Matthew Gall still holding the decent margin over Stephen Henning, trying to catch back up to the top 3. See now Stanton trying to get around Fisher again for second. They're a little hard in. They're a little bit hard. Both cars a little bit off the track. And now Shane Har opens up a 5-second lead now. As Elijah Fisher off track. Saves it. Meanwhile, Shane Har has caught the 22. Easily giving it up, not wanting to interfere with the lead. We'll see how Elijah Fisher and Aaron Stanton handles the lap traffic. Fisher went wide off track again in turn 11. Him and Stanton both gets around. Into the hard braking zone of turn 12. Stanton now looking away around, trying to run down Shane Har. Those a 4-second lead now. Clean racetrack now for the top 3 runners. Next car that would be considered lap traffic would be the 15, and he is in turn 6 at the moment. Meanwhile, Shane Har enjoys a 5-second lead over Elijah Fisher and Aaron Stanton. Matthew Gall runs 4th, Stephen Henning 5th, Josh Henderson 6th, Chris Lyotta 7th, Cade Cannon 8th, Travis Eccles 9th, and Shane Hemender in 10th. Rodney Roberts unfortunately out before the race even starts. We hope to see him next week in Darlington. Well, Shane Horse somewhere. There he is. You see Elijah Fisher off course, spun around. He gets into Stanton. What a big, shocking turn of developments. Take a look at it here. Stanton lost up. Fisher's already out of it. And, ooh. Heavy impact into the door. To that right front. Fisher just overdrives it. Just into the right front of Aaron Stanton. Wonder how that's going to affect the handling of that 27. Meanwhile, the only driver with nothing to worry about right now, Shane Harr. We're on lap 6 of 30, and right now it's all Shane Harr at 8.5 second lead over the top two. It is tonight. Shane Harr gets his first win in the Inspired Racing League. Only time will tell. Coming up, 24 laps to go here. Aaron Stanton staying on track. Matthew Gall and Stephen Hennig has ran down Elijah Fisher after the incident in turn 5. It's saying the 22 has a black flag as he has entered the pits. Right on board Aaron Stanton. 9.6 back to Shane Harr, who is entering turn 6. As Fisher locks it up again and off track. Same mistake that he made earlier. A lap ago, actually. That will give him, it's going to get us 78. With Matthew Gall back third. As Fisher slips back to 4th. Stephen Hennig still riding in 5th. Josh Henderson off the track a little bit. Nothing too bad. Run 6. Chris Lyotta entering turn 5. Running 7th. Cade Cannon 9th. Travis Eccles back in turn 14. Into Dr. Squatch Ford. Takes it a little wide off turn 14. So he runs 9th. The 22 is in the pits. With that being said, Shane Harr 9-second lead, almost 10. Well, now it's saying 8 over Aaron Stanton. Meanwhile, Matthew Gall now looking on the side of Elijah Fisher. Drag race. Give it to Gall. Fisher looking back inside. Will have the preferred line down into turn number 1. Does not take it. Yields to the 78. Look at all the rocks flying off the back of the 78. Fisher now diving it to the inside. Not able to get there. Right on board with Stevie Hennig. Now right on board with the red bush light of Elijah Fisher. Turn 5 where he's made a mistake twice. A little bit of corner cut. Meanwhile, Checking back in on the leader, Shane Har. 7.5 seconds now to Aaron Stanton. As the 4 is off track again. This time in turn 8. Got to wonder if the tires are dirty, lack of grip, or if there's damage to that 4 car. You see he is driving it. Right on board the Gyro Cam, but he's got his hands full with that number 4. Easy. Hold on to it, Elijah. Steven hitting back there. Waiting to see what's going to happen or taking it safe. 1 and 2. Meanwhile, now Shane Har has made it around to 15. His next lap traffic would be the 60 of Chris Lyotta, who is going down the hill into turns 4 and 5. Aaron Stanton now entering 1, trying to run down the dominant 21 Toyota Camry of Shane Har. Need a 15 yields. '78 trying to run down both of them. 19 seconds behind Shane Har. Stephen Hennig has gotten around. Elijah Fisher has entered the pits. As you look back here on Matthew Gall, Stephen Hennig trying to run down the 78 for 3rd. The 78 will have the 15 in front of him. As 78 goes wide. Turn 8, trouble for somebody else. See the 15 yields out the way. Here it comes Hennig. Right on board with Stephen Hennig now through turn 11. A little wide, nothing too bad. He goes through the gears. Down the long straightaway into turn 12, the hard braking zone. A lot of rocks and debris and dust and dirt and grass all over the track. Really making it hard to keep these tires clean. Cade Cannon off course in turn 5. Gets it back rolling. Cade Cannon's start to the season. Couple ups and downs. Was in contention at Martinsville before falling off. Led a lot of Michigan last week and was a contender until being involved in that last lap crash that saw Nathan Johnson taking the win from Aaron Stanton last week. And the whole field on the last lap going 6 wide. Makes you look forward to Daytona. Meanwhile, with 21 laps to go, Shane Har still leads a 9-second lead over Aaron Stanton. Elijah Fisher has rejoined the race. They're taking a pit stop 59 seconds behind Shane Har entering turn 3. Still a little bit of internet issues. Been struggling with that throughout the week. But nothing too bad really to warrant anything for race control. Right now, it's just in the hands of Shane Hoare. Aaron Stanton back there all by himself in section 11, down into the hard braking zone of turn 12. You know, he's hoping for a win. A lot of dust on the track. See, Shane now's gotten around to 60. Turn 14 to complete. Lap 10. Shane Hoare now. Down in turn 5. There's the 60, follows him. You won't find another driver perhaps as calm, cool, as collected behind the wheel the way Shane Hoare is. Always finds a way in pressure situations to find a way to prevail and win. Hasn't been the start to the preseason like he wanted. Again, like so many others, so close. Just hasn't been able to put it together yet. It's tonight. And if Shane Hoare wins tonight, how is it going to carry over through the next 2 weeks? Darlington, the final pre-race season. Of course, the heavily advertised Inspired 100 live from Daytona, February 24th. We did have an issue with the 60 going around. Here comes Aaron Stanton now. We're right on board with him. Live from the Goodyear blimp down the front straightaway. As we see that, Elijah Fisher has made around Josh Henderson. Fisher again off course, driving that car for all it's worth. 54 seconds behind Shane Hoare. On the other side of the track. You know, Elijah Fisher, no stranger to victory lane, 3-time McDonald's Racing League Cup Series champion, 2-time Daytona 500 winner in the McDonald's Racing League. Before it was rebranded and switched over to Inspired Racing League. Interesting fact though with Elijah Fisher and the car number that he is running, he has never won a championship in the number 4. And he's hoping that this year in the inaugural season of the Inspired Racing League that he can get that monkey off of his back and win in the 4. See there, overdrives turn 5 again. Bit of trouble corner for him tonight. But again, the winner from week 1, preseason race 1 in Kansas. Just trying to be the first driver in Inspired Racing League to to win multiple races. But meanwhile, unless there's a caution, it looks like Shane Hoare just got to run 18 more good laps. But still a long way to go as he holds a 15-second lead, or 21-second lead, I should say, over Aaron Stanton. As the 60 goes wide and into the gravel, recovers nicely. A lot of dirt now all over this racetrack. Unfortunately, watching the chat here, unfortunately yellow cannot be called unless it is 2 cars or more. Which really, there ain't really been no... There was the incident with Stanton and Fisher earlier, but both cars pretty much recovered pretty well. And other than cars just going off the track here and there, really ain't been able to find a good reason to throw the caution. .22 off track for into 21. Shane Hoare pitting in. What does Aaron Stanton do? Does he stay out or does he pit? Aaron Stanton's in. Matthew Gall, what does he do? Matthew Gall stays out and will inherit the lead for Shane Hoare. Nice and easy on the brakes. 60 appears to be back off the track. Matthew Gall stays out. Elijah Fisher. Was this a strategy call for him to pit? Earlier. Pitted on lap 8. Meanwhile, Shane Hoare has returned onto the racetrack. 19 seconds behind the 78. Aaron Stanton has well returned. Running P4 behind Elijah Fisher. Nobody. Stephen Henning running 6th. Oh, I'm sorry, hasn't updated yet. Stephen, running 6th. Josh Henderson 5th. Stephen Henning 6th. Cade Cannon 7th. Chris Lyotta 9th. The 15 is in the pits. But meanwhile, the 78 down through turn 11. Back up through the gears. A little loose off turn 11. Down in turn 12. Little wide. 16-second or 17-second lead over Shane Hoare, which is now rapidly dropping But with the 60 between the 78 and the 21, how is this going to play out? Does the 78 pit this time? He will. Matthew Gall in the pits. And that will give the lead back to Shane Harr. Shane Harr back out in front here at Road America, 16 laps to go. Let's see here. Aaron Stanton and Elijah Fisher going for second like they have all night. Stanton just completed the pass actually on Fisher back in turn 6. See if Fisher now driving hard into turn 8. Fisher loses a lot of time turn through the carousel. Getting the car all night fighting Elijah Fisher. There's Stanton, another driver. Much like in the same boat Shane Harr is in. Been at the front all 4 weeks. Yet to be able to seal the deal. Him and Josh Henderson both. See Josh Henderson back in 6th. Both drivers very competitive, very talented. Both at the front all year. Well, all year. The last 4 weeks. Of course, Josh Henderson, like his brother, openly stated he is not the best at road courses. But he does like driving road courses. Right now running 6th with a solid night going after a heartbreaker at Michigan, being involved in making contact with the 4 of Elijah Fisher last week. And then a couple laps later, overdriving the car on cold tires before driving it into the wall and into his night early, looking to rebound. Meanwhile, Shane Harr still holds a 14-second lead over Aaron Stanton. Big Shane Harr caught the 22 fast, almost ran to the back of him down through turn 11. Harr break the zone. You see the 9 of Cade Cannon in front of Shane. Cade slow, letting Shane by. Turn 13, coming to 14. See the 9 off track a little bit. Cade Cannon will enter the pits. I'm gonna put in the chat here something for the people watching they can vote on. I'll get back to the stream here. See if you can get this message checked out. We'll let the fans watch and answer that little question if they choose to. We've had issues. None so far. Everybody pretty much spread out. Right now it's just Shane Horse to lose. Aaron Stanton straight away behind. Elijah Fisher off track again. Meanwhile, Stephen Henning closing in on him. Still a good distance back, but there's Stephen. Running in fourth. Alright, looking at the results here. The vote for Cade for Daytona as a dark horse. Back in heat, back in McDonald's Racing League days, Cade was one of the strongest. As for Darlington, we got Shane Har. Jenny going to bat for the first time tonight. Har's a little bit off track. No harm, no foul. So we got an Elijah Fisher vote for Elijah Fisher to become a three-time Inspired 100 winner. Of course, previously called the McDonald's Racing League Daytona 500. As for my opinion, so many good choices. Even though he's not here tonight, sadly, Nathan Johnson, I will consider a favorite rolling into Daytona. I will consider Elijah Fisher as well a favorite. Shane Har as well. They were my three picks. I know I only said one, but those three. Another dark horse, Jordan Jorno. Pretty good at restrictor plates. Again, Daytona, the Inspired 100 One of the most probably the most heavily anticipated race for this year next to the championship. It will be held in Miami, Florida at Homestead International Speedway. Right now it's just Shane Hoare out in front. Aaron Stanton 17 seconds back. Elijah Fisher 46 behind Shane. Stephen Henning looming in the background. 53 seconds. There's Stephen. Matthew Gall back into the pits. Josh Henderson coming out of turn 14 or entering turn 14. Kay Cannon, Chris Lyotta, all 1 lap down. The 22 esteemed as Shane Heminger is out. Travis Eccles 6 laps down. A pretty good showing last week yet. Had a good showing at Martinsville. Just a very quiet, consistent driver. Said a top 10 is a good day for him. I believe he's got plenty of top 10s and top 5s coming throughout the season. But meanwhile, Shane Hoare, 11 to go. Oh, don't know what happened there. Nate. Oh, that is Nate in the session. Fortunately, you couldn't be here with us tonight to try to go back to back, but you'll have a chance like Elijah Fisher, Mike Hauser, and probably another 11 laps. Shane Hoare to be the first driver to win multiple races in the Inspired Racing League. And we hope to see you next week for Darlington, old Nate. Right now, Shane Hoare through the carousel. 11 to go. (19-second lead to Aaron Stanton. Uh-oh, what do we got here? Stephen Henning running down to 4. Trying to. If I ain't mistaken, it would be Stephen Henning's second podium finish this year. It would also be Elijah Fisher's second podium finish this year. As well as Aaron Stanton and Shane Hoare. The top 4 drivers looking for their, each could have 2 consecutive podium finishes. Elijah Fisher into the tire barrier, Stephen Henning with him. However, 1 car incidents, not related. So we will stay green, which is what Shane Hoare wants to. The last thing Shane Hoare wants to see right now with 10 to go is a caution come out. And Stephen Henning in the pits will relinquish the 4th spot. Well, no, depends on how fast this pit start is. Matthew Gale's in turn 12. Okay, Cannon off track. Matthew Gale goes wide. K's wrecking. The 60 involvement now. Let's look. Let's see. As soon as I can get a replay here. Oh dear. We will get right on it. Okay. For some reason I can't get a replay up. Alright. Well, unfortunately, the night's done for Cade Cannon. He is in the pits. Getting tires. So he might have a fast repair. .56 seconds lead for Shane Hoare. I believe I just heard over the radio as Elijah Fisher sliding off turn 14. He is Penny Ho. Trying to get the car woed down. And he comes in third. Matthew Gall entering turn 12 now. So as the fourth comes in, we'll see if the 78 will take a podium spot. And indeed, looks like he's going to. The 78 will take third. Well, Elijah Fisher's exiting the pits. This is going to be close. Stephen Henney lurking back there as the 78 goes wide and off course. Uh, 78 now will try to recover to get back to third. Shane Hornier stands. Looks like they have first and second wrapped up for the time being. Unless one of them two drivers have to pit again. So right on board the 78. The 12 goes wide. 78 plays it safe. They want to force the issue into turn 6. Henning just able to put the throttle down a little bit better than the 78. Well, Henning loose all over the place going down in the turn. We got dust in front. Had the 4 and the 12 off track. Down through the carousel. Matthew Gall with an impressive showing at Martinsville up front half the night. Unfortunately not able to get the win. Shane Hoare right now, 8 laps to go. Got Josh Henderson in front of him. As the 15 of Travis Eccles has retired from the race. Unofficially will be scored 9th. Meanwhile, Shane Hart now working on Henderson yields. We got a car around the 60 of Chris Load. What happened to the 60? Let's go back and look here. Turn 1. Troublesome night for a lot of drivers. Just overshot it. And into the unforgiving tire barrier. Matter of fact, now the 60 has a meatball flag. He will have to come in and pit. And the night could. And a decent night for the 60 looks to have gone up in smoke. See, it's all the way around to turn 6. Anyway, you see Shane Hart now going into turn 8, which will lead into the carousel, turn 9 and 10. Aaron Stanton, his next closest competitor, is in turn 3. Over a fourth of the track away. Say this, if Shane Hart can hold on for 7 more laps, this is probably going to be one of the best interviews I ever do. Look at Elijah Fisher as he starts catching the 9 of Cade Steel Cannon. And been finding ill handling race car all night. You see right there, got a little bit loose off of turn 6. I said, car just hasn't been handling the best for Elijah Fisher tonight. Alright, has recovered. Let's drop it all the way down to 6 to come back to 3rd as you look at Shane Hart with 6 laps to go. Aaron Stanton all the way on the front straightaway. Shane Hart entering turn 7. That is the gap. That is what 53 seconds looks like. Matthew Gall runs 4th. It is 78. A little bit off track. Nothing to worry about. Cade Cannon as well. Clipped the grass. 5 laps to go for Shane Har. Steven Henning runs 5th. As he is actually, well, one is closing on Matthew Gall for 4th. And he is entering turn 5, exiting turn 5. Well, right behind him, if the camera will show it, and it won't this time. Well, yeah, it does right there at the end. Shane Har is catching the 12 and the 78. So this might be interesting in the last few laps. See through the carousel, see if Henning can gain anything on the 78 through here. Gaining just a little bit. Very easy on the gas. Down through turn 11. Off the gas here. Gains a little bit. 78, pretty even. Top speed through here, 167 mile an hour for Steven Henning. 78 off course just a little bit. Allows Henning to gain right up to the 78. Down into turn 13. Coming to the last turn, turn 14. A little bit wide. Oh, they're hitting. Save it. Steven Henning. Shane Har enters the pits with 5 laps to go and a 56-second gap. Shane Har, black flag, speeding in the pits. And this changes everything. We have the 60 stuck in turn. He is able to get going. Maybe. He has got it rear rolling. Heartbreaker for Shane Har. Too fast in the pits. The potential win is gone. Meanwhile, Aaron Stanton in the catbird seat. What a... So now, with trouble for Shane Har, is it Aaron Stanton's time? Oh, that's heartbreaking for Shane. Dominant car all race. One little mistake. That's all it takes. Well, Shane Har, 15, 16 seconds back behind the 27 with 4 to go. He might, if he's got new tires, might be able to save it. I see a dejected driver to 21. Meanwhile, Aaron Stanton coming to 3 to go. But Shane Harr had to pit. Does the 27 have enough to make it? Apologize for the phone going off if anybody hears it. Elijah Fisher, I believe it went back off track again. Again, car off course a couple of times earlier in the race, in contact with the 27. Probably made that car a little bit worse. Meanwhile, Aaron Stanton entering turn 12. He will be coming to 2 laps to go for Road America. For a driver who said, like I said earlier, he ain't the best at road courses. Him nor his brother. Right now, Josh Henderson runs 6, and Aaron Stanton trying to be as smooth and consistent as possible. Trying not to make a mistake. 2 laps to go. Shane Harr off track earlier. Driving it for what it's worth, trying to make up the ground. Right now, he is going down the front straightaway as Aaron Stanton now enters turn 3. Last week, had the race won, or had a pretty good chance at winning the race, and then the incident with the 4 and the 21 set up overtime. And even then, as they crossed the line for the white flag and 6 wide behind him. Me personally, I don't know if everybody else thought, but I thought personally, Aaron Stanton had it sealed. But then off return to a pass from Nathan Johnson in the 28 of Limley. And Aaron Stanton, after dominating most of the race, had to settle for 3rd. Very disappointed. Declined an interview after the race. Heartbreaker for the last 3 weeks. Entered tonight. Did good in practice. Qualified 2nd. Qualified 2nd. Was inherited the pole after Rodney Roberts' car. Something going amiss on the 11. He slid back to 4th after leading 2 or 3 laps earlier in the race. Worked his way back up to second, and then as we have issues, Shane Haar off track and into the wall. You heard that sound. The engine done. Shane Haar's night's over. That will give Matthew Gall third. Elijah Fisher moves up to second. White flag though for Aaron Stanton. Just has to navigate the rest of the course. His next closest competitor, Elijah Fisher, entering turn 3. The only lap traffic he has in front would be his brother, Josh Henderson, entering turn 11. Stanton through the carousel. Through turns 13, or off of 12, entering 13. He has to make one more corner. Out of turn 14, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been long overdue. But for the first time in the Inspired Racing League, Aaron Stanton is going to win at Road America. Finally. I know commentators are top 3 stay in lobby for post-race interviews. Elijah Fisher off a turn. Don't leave the race lobby for post-race interviews. Elijah Fisher fought adversity all day. Elijah Fisher will take second. Now turn 3, or in third I should say, off turn 14. Matthew Gall ran 2 races each. In both 2 races he has ran phenomenal. Matthew Gall takes third. Steven Henning off turn 14. Then will come home in 4th. Then Josh Henderson out of turn 10. Josh Henderson will take 5th here unofficially as he makes his way around the track. Elijah Fisher has parked it on the front straightaway. He will be credited second. Matthew Gall taking a lap around. I think this time we'll just keep the top 3 in the session, not have them jump into the Discord. Seeing Josh Henderson brings it up the track. Might be out of gas. Yeah, he is. Alright. What a day. Yeah. Aaron Stanton, you got a copy? Long overdue, I feel like. Congratulations, you are a first-time winner in the Inspired Racing League. How does it feel, finally? Oh, hold up. Hold up.
I felt like I was even with him. I just had some mess ups, and he started pulling away.
Yeah, we saw earlier in the race the contact with the 4. Did that affect the car any, you felt like, handling wise, or did it pretty much not mess the car up? Because it looked like a pretty good hit into the right front.
Speed wise, I don't think it did, but left hand turns, it messed it up a little bit.
Well, buddy, congratulations, real fast. Who do you want to thank?
Ghost Energy, you know it.
Anybody want to thank real fast?
I want to thank you guys for putting on the show, you know. It's always been fun.
10-4, buddy. We appreciate it. Go celebrate it. We look forward to seeing you in Darlington and Daytona.
Thank you.
Second place driver. Elijah Fisher. Garrett Jenkins up here. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Lord, buddy, it was exciting watching you all race. Looked like the car just wasn't to your liking. Was that the truth, or is this track just hard to get around?
I mean, I think this track is, I don't know. I mean, we have not the correct setup for it, and that's kind of at the fault of what we were allocated from, you know, race admins and stuff. But yeah, it was very loose. It was just not. I mean, I'm not gonna say it wasn't really to my liking. It just, a lot of it was just a lot of dumb mistakes and stuff. So I mean, we're gonna obviously need to go back and look at what we're doing and what we can improve on. Because I mean, if that's how we're racing our road courses, I mean, it definitely was not a deserved P2. And I think once the season gets going, like that what we had today is just not. That's not ideal. I mean, feel bad for Shane with his disconnect, and some of my teammates behind me were having kind of the same problems, and it was just a lot of problems all around. And I mean, I just kind of ran the race, and ended up P2.
Is there anything you can take away from tonight going into, we got a few road courses. One of them being the second race of the season at the Daytona road course. Is there anything you take away from tonight to go forward with the road course packages later on this year?
Well, yeah, I think we know where tire models and everything are going to stand now. We've definitely got a lot of data on kind of what the car is going to do and stuff. I think, obviously, when we get a little bit better of a setup, I think, a lot of the off track for everybody will improve. But like I said, I need to go back and definitely look at where we were making mistakes and what to correct. Biggest takeaway is just going to be, just over driving it. I mean, we had a lot of really good braking zones. I felt like we had a lot of good brake pressure, and the thing would just get in the corner really well, and then it just, I don't know, towards later on the tires and everything, it just really just was not hooking up the way I thought it was going to. So just paying attention to what was causing it, I think, will help us.
Real fast, buddy. I know it's late. Who do you want to thank real fast?
But I thank the good Lord above. Thank you, Mom, for watching. Everybody who's on the team here at Ford. Appreciate everybody off the team as well who showed up, and competitors alike. Thank you for your broadcast and race control work, and to everybody involved in the league.
All right, buddy. Congratulations on your second place victory. If I ain't mistaken, you and Aaron Stanton are the two drivers who have finished on the podium more than once this year. We look forward to seeing you at Darlington, Daytona.
Yes, sir.
With that being said, caution-free Road America race, but nonetheless, a lot of excitement to go along. With that being said, I'm Garrett Jenkins. This is the Raging Idiot Racing Network. We will see you next week, 9 o'clock for Darlington. And then set your phones, set the reminder, February 24th, 2 weeks' time. The Inspire 100 from Daytona, the duels little exhibition round. But the duels for Daytona will be before that on February 17th. With that being said,